Ottoman period, the Turkish rule lasted 4 centuries. In the beginning of the 20th century, the Ottoman Empire was declining, and the Italians wanted to conquer North Africa. Italy was a new founded state in the 19th century, so they needed colonies. And they thought to conquer Ethiopia and Libya, that was occupied by the Turks. And to stop the Turkish fleet, they needed Rhodes. Here is a very important strategic point. We're between 3 continents, Europe, Asia and Africa. So the Italians came here as liberators in the beginning. They said, hi, we are Christians, we came to liberate you. You know, every time that someone wants to conquer a place, he says, I come to liberate you. Like Mr. Putin liberates Ukraine these days. So the Italians came here, but they fell in love with the beauty of this place. They decided to stay, and they built many things. 2,000 kilometers of roads, like this road that we're driving up. 2 airports, like the airport that you will see from the top of the hill, still in use by the Greek Air Forces, but it was built by the Italians. They did all the restorations of the archaeological sites, etc., etc. It was not difficult for them. They brought here the best architects and the best archaeologists of their days, but they had free labor as well. The Greeks and the Turks of the island, who were working like slaves to realize the fascist projects. And you know how the fascists are. They don't ask you if you want to work. First shoot and then ask. Anyway, they did a great job. But they lost the war in 1943. They signed with the Western Allies, so the Nazis came here. The Nazis who deported the big Jewish community of Rhodes to Auschwitz. From 14,500 Jews who were living here in the beginning of the 20th century, today we have only 37 left. And from the 6 synagogues, just 1. Well, in the rest of Greece, the Nazis left in 1944, but here, on the islands, they were resisting until the last day of the war, 8th of May of 1945. And then the British came here. The British were ruling the islands as allies for a couple of years, until 1947, and then we had the Treaty for Peace in Paris, and the islands, Dodecanese, became once more part of the Greek state. So, since 1948, we have the Greek passport here. It does not mean that before we're not Greeks. Greece is not the soul, it's not the passport, it's the soul, it's the culture. Well, in Greece we are just 10 million living today, and all over the world 17 million Greeks. The 3rd biggest Greek city in the world by population is Melbourne in Australia. And then we have Chicago, Detroit, New York, etc. You know, with the Greeks, when we have problems, no revolt, we immigrate, like the Irish. Well, today Rhodes is a prosperous island thanks to tourism. There is agriculture as well, but the main income is tourism. Population 125,000 human beings and 150,000 goats. Well, now in a minute we're getting off. There will be our first stop, Philerimos. And here we will use our devices. Departure 20 past 12. 20 past 12 departure. You can leave stuff you don't need on the bus.